Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 538.
The sexiest podcast on the network. Hola, Brian.
Yep. Hello, Tony.
How are you good?
Back from, our feast over the weekend.
Did you feast?
Yes. So here's something funny.
Okay.
So I went into my doctor's office because I had to see my social worker on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
And I had an appointment coming up this week with my primary care doctor, and I was like, hey, can I have it put in there that I want to get my flu shot when I go in, to see him? And the woman's like, yeah, no problem. And she's like, what are you doing here today? And I told her, and she goes, well, the nurse is going to be here till 5. So as long as you're out by 5, she's like, just let us know. You can get it today if you want. I was like, oh. So I'm like, cool. Boom, get it done. Bang, bang. Go in. The woman, the nurse is like, she's like, hope you don't mind, but all I have is a Wonder Woman Band-Aid. And I'm like, okay.
Fucking sick.
And she's like, well, a lot of guys don't, react badly to Wonder Woman. I'm like, why? I was like, Wonder Woman's badass. I'm like, Wonder Woman can go toe to toe with Superman.
Toxic masculinity. That's why.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, it says something else. I'm like, I was like, I had a comic book shop. I worked at a comic book shop before that. I've read comics my whole life. I'm like, Wonder Woman's awesome.
Wonder Woman's one that ass.
Like I don't know how many issues of that comic,
right.
So yeah, I was like, I'm totally down with Wonder Woman. And she's like, well, once before, she's like, we had colored ones and one of them was pink and a bunch of guys didn't. I was like, who cares? It's a Band-Aid. It's coming off. I'm like, I'm going to sweat and it's going to peel off my arm in like half an hour.
This is going to end up in your parking lot, stupid.
It very well. It didn't actually. It actually stuck really well. I was surprised.
Well, because Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, strength for the Amazonians or whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, now see what I didn't think of when I had that done was, when you get flu shots, sometimes there's side effects like, feeling like hot garbage for a day. And of course, I felt like hot garbage the next day, which was Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, naturally.
So I was real smart with that. So I didn't go over to my sister's. My mom brought me back, a plate of Piecaken,
Vittles.
But yeah, so I still made an absolute hog of myself.
Vittles and such.
My mom made was it the night before or something? I think she made like 2 pumpkin pies and a carrot cake.
Hell yeah!
Like a 2-layer carrot cake.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, I wasn't mad at it either. I was for sure in on that. And when she came home, there's about a quarter of it left.
Right.
And I of course, carved off a big hunk of that to eat as well.
Was it a Piecaken?
Dude, it was a big piece. Like I said, it was, 2-layer carrot cake. So with icing in between, and everything. So there was, or frosting, I should say, cream cheese frosting and
nice.
Well, quite nice.
Nice.
All made, from scratch. So
so since we're talking about Thanksgiving and you're talking about these delicious desserts, I'm pulling it up right now. Have you ever, Brian? God damn it! Enough with the pop-ups. Sorry.
Stargazy pie? No, I haven't.
Also, I did get sent a picture of
Excellent.
the cardboard box of British treats.
Beauty. Yeah, Megan reached out to me and let me know also.
Excellent.
And I had to hit her up as well because she was like laying out pictures of that like very sensual feast she laid out for.
That was a good looking meal.
Oh man, she threw down for real. I told her I had to give her bonus points because she made her green bean casserole from scratch too, not like canned soup. Doing it like she did the whole mushroom soup herself and everything.
See,
which
I would try that because I'm normally not a green bean casserole guy.
Yeah,
but if it was like everything was scratch made, I'd be like,
yeah,
all right.
It's so I like it so
respect. I'll try.
Yeah, it's so much better, and mushroom soup is so stupid simple to make.
Yeah,
but I understand why people just buy the cans and everything because first of all, that's what everybody's used to, and it's easier. I get it.
For sure.
I appreciate that extra effort though. And she for sure throws down with the extra effort. So
Absolutely.
kudos to her. Also, like she mentioned, Cremo soups are tough to find over there, apparently. So,
Really?
yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah.
Now, have you ever heard of, because a guy I work with, his father-in-law brought this Thanksgiving, which I asked him today. He said it was delicious.
All right.
Have you ever heard of a Piecaken?
No, but I know what you're talking about. I saw a picture of one a couple of weeks ago where it's like a cake with a legit, like a full pie inside it, right?
Bro, no.
No? Oh, there's more? Oh, okay.
So, what a Piecaken? Well, there's a bakery that makes them. It's a fucking $100.
By the way, whatever this is going to be, I'm going to picture Ryu like Piecaken.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you what it is. It's pecan pie on the bottom.
Oh.
Pumpkin pie in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Spice cake on top.
Oh, man.
And then it's layered in cinnamon buttercream topping.
Well, my pants are real tight right now.
And then it's got apple pie filling on top.
Well, they just split.
So it's like the turducken of desserts.
That sounds... I would rather have that than a turducken.
Yeah, although I do want to try turducken.
I mean, I would try it.
Yeah, but this Piecaken sounds awesome. I mean, like I have it up for our, Salty Language pod viewers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks delicious.
That's way too much. Well, I understand pies can be $25-$30, but it's like that's so much money for a dessert to take to like a family gimmick, though.
Yeah, well,
making one yourself, however.
He said that's how his father-in-law rolls.
No, that's cool.
He's like,
listen,
big baller kind of move,
I appreciate that about him.
Yeah,
but it's that can't be that hard to make yourself either.
It's just
because all those
time
pies,
consuming.
Yeah, those pies are not like the pecan pie is the hardest. Well, the spice pie cake can take a little while, but if you have somebody who enjoys baking, that could see them attacking that and going, no, I got this.
Right.
But also, whatever. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if somebody brought it. That's for sure. I'd be like, let me have.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Put
have to
that in
take
my
that
face.
I'd take it into another room and give it a good rogering. That's for sure.
Yeah, make sweet, sensual love to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Piecaken,
huh? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we ended up going to Michelle's parents because I did my Thanksgiving for my family weeks ago.
Right.
Like a bunch of idiots. I don't know. Actually, it kind of works out real nice when we do that.
I actually kind of like the idea rather than having to hit two places in the same day.
It's actually kind of nice.
It's much nicer because you don't have that. Like, God, what is it? There's an episode of Bob's Burgers where the kids are on like these they're like teacup type rides, they spin around.
Oh, yeah.
But they're eggs or anyways, that's not important. But regular size Rudy, they're like, oh, you're here, and he goes, actually, I got another dinner to go to, so I'm on this to try to throw up to make room.
Accurate.
And I was like, yeah, that sums it up. Because there's no way I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna have a little of this or graze. Nah, I'm full. If I'm there, I'm all in on a second dinner.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I'm gonna eat until I'm just gonna explode.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
But we, I mean Michelle made deviled eggs. I just cut them basically.
Did I ever tell you about a guy that I'm friends with on Twitter named Bob Heller? How he has buffalo eggs?
Yes, because I was telling her about them.
Okay. I believe it's just like buffaloeggs.com, if I'm not mistaken, for anyone.
I was like, there's two different types of deviled eggs that I enjoy, and they're the sriracha ones.
Right.
And the buffalo ones. And she's like, ooh, and she's going to put sriracha in her yolk mixture.
Makes sense.
And they were delicious. But, we made, she made the deviled eggs.
Okay, really quick, I was right. If you want Bob Heller's recipe, it is at buffaloeggs.com. I'll have the page in the show notes.
Absolutely. And it felt really weird because normally I make something. I didn't really make shit this year.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, man. Although I did help carve the turkey. I thought that was a little odd. I got called into service. I was like, ugh, all right. I'm just trying to sit here and drink my beer and enjoy myself, watch the game.
You were turkey bending?
Yes, turkey bending.
Yeah.
What a niche bending style that is.
Only good when there's a cooked turkey on the table in
Yes.
front of you. Now, if you got into a fight at a grocery store, you might be okay with the rotisserie chickens out there.
Oh yeah, true.
You know, you might be able to bend those to.
Well, you just launched a whole skewer of chickens at somebody.
Or that, yeah. I mean, I guess. I guess it's not as nuanced as I thought it was.
Like I think what was weird is her family doesn't really like partake in the alcoholic beverages.
Mm-hmm.
So her dad drinks Bud Light, and her brother-in-law will kinda. And I brought like a 12-pack of Christmas ale.
Mm-hmm.
No one. Yeah, I was the only one getting into it. I offered it to many people, and everyone's like,
They're like, I don't like drinking Christmas tree water.
Yeah, because that's kind of what they must have thought that or something.
Yeah.
And then like when we're getting ready to leave, her dad's like, he points at the 12-pack in the garage. He's like, if you want, you can take that with you when you go. And no one's gonna drink it here. And I'm like,
you meaning
I'm thinking
Christmas
like,
ale, or you like Bud Light?
What?
Christmas ale or Bud Light?
The Christmas ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just making sure.
In my head, I'm thinking like, I'm thinking I was gonna take it anyway.
Yeah, like I didn't bring that to leave.
Yeah, exactly. I brought it to share, but
drank.
I'm taking the leftovers with me.
Right. Yeah. It's like if all 12 got drank while I was here, that's cool. That's okay. Yeah. But if there's leftovers, they're going home with me.
But he was just like, no one's gonna drink it, and I hope you're not offended. I'm like, why? No. I'm like, I never am. I will never be offended.
You should have been like, that's why I bought it. I knew no one would drink it, and I'd have extra beer. Like you pulled that move on purpose, like taking Funyuns to a party and no one wants to touch them, and you take all of them home with you.
Like I had this grand scheme in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna bring like a bottle of bourbon, and it would have been a complete waste. Yeah, so yeah. I'm glad I didn't.
I mean, not a complete waste, because you would have had
some laying in the yard or something. I did end up having a nice, I only got about half of it smoked, but I had a cigar out in the driveway because she's got cousins and such that smoke, so we just out there bullshitting, and it was a good time. It was nice. A little family bonding with people I see like twice a year, basically.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, it was. We ate like savages. It was fun.
Yeah, I heard. I guess at my family thing, I guess my brother-in-law was cracking out different moonshines, because they like the old smoky moonshines, I think it is, and they've got a variety of flavors at their house. So I guess they were having different types of that and whatever, which I'm not big in that stuff anyway. I mean, I'd try some of it, but I'm not real big on the flavored stuff like that.
I mean, personally, I've been spoiled by really good stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's understandable.
You get out of jars, I'm kind of like, it's all right, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
it's like we had somebody sent us a cheesecake home, and it's like it was okay.
Yeah. I get it.
You get it. And it's like I've been spoiled with really good cheesecake, so it's gonna be tough to. And it's tough almost to where it's like if someone makes one, I'm almost like I don't want to try it, because what if I don't? If I don't like. Yeah. What if I'm like this? This can't even hold the jockstrap of these other ones I've had.
Yeah, I get it.
But anyway, it happens. It's all right. I guess my my one nephew Tony, he made a coconut cream pie, I guess, and he didn't realize most of my siblings and we all don't like coconut.
Oh no.
My mom likes coconut, but she was like, "Oh, I'll take a piece home," and then it never happened, and he ended up leaving early, so she never got a piece of it. But yeah, that was by design. He just wanted extra.
I mean, I get it.
But she's like, I feel bad for him, and I'm like, well, I guess lesson learned there is don't bring coconut desserts to our family, because we don't like that.
Not many people are gonna eat it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, coconut. It's not like you can just take the coconut off of it. So,
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
He had a bunch of pie to go home, so hopefully it was good and he enjoyed it. That's
Ugh, man, I feel like I'm sliding out of my chair.
You are.
Lord. All this talk of desserts got me all wet.
That's understandable. I mean, they're desserts,
Yeah, it was a nice little Thanksgiving though. Except
Yeah.
for one thing,
I mean,
Brian. One
the
fucking
Lions,
thing.
the Lions didn't
Well,
win.
no, because the
Not
Bears
that
did
they
win. So
ever
I mean,
win.
whatever.
Yeah. Oof. I don't. I really feel like the NFL should have just told both teams they weren't allowed to have a win for that game.
That's fair.
Like, we're just penalizing you a week.
Yeah, you both suck. Get out of here. Go kick rocks, both
Anyway,
y'all.
yeah. Like, we're banishing you to like NCAA.
No, I got fucking hacked.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
because I actually had a couple people reach out to me, like, "Hey, you might want to let Tony know he got hacked." Our pal Angry Oz and I forgot there was somebody else that reached
Yeah,
out to me. Apparently, they reached out to you, but you hadn't responded yet. So they
everybody
also.
reached out to me. My phone was like, I'm
Oh
sitting
yeah.
there in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I just feel. Boot, 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 boot. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm getting
Like, is
texts, I'm getting
Funk in
Facebook
my pocket?
messages, I'm getting Facebook alerts, and
Nice.
I had a feeling it was going to happen because I fell for one of them. Because a
Oh
dude that I hung out with in Florida one Thanksgiving when we went and visited Mecca.
yeah.
We're Facebook friends, whatever. We're not friends in real life, but I
Yeah.
was getting Facebook memories on that day with this dude. And then I
Okay.
got a Facebook message like, "Hey bro, is this you?" from that guy. And I was like, "Wow, that's weird how everything lines up." And I clicked it like an idiot.
Oh,
And I
oh damn
never
it.
clicked
Yeah.
those, but just because of how
Yep.
everything lined up, you know?
Right. Right. By the way, can I rant for a second about those Facebook
Absolutely.
memories? So I don't mind it so much if it is like, hey, you posted this whatever time ago, but like, I got one the other day that was like, it said that like I had memories that I shared with my mom from how many ever years ago, and I was like, oh, I wonder what it was. So I'm scrolling through looking. It was some random thing she posted on my page, and I'm like, really though? It's like
Yeah, I know.
that's such a, it's like it wasn't even a picture or something. It was
Like
just,
I had
it's like,
one the other day. It was like, "You have memories of Brian." I'm like, "Oh, do I?" So I did the same thing, scrolly scroll, and it was like me
mm.
commenting on something you posted like 10 years ago.
The ones I'm getting a lot now are all from the
Yeah, that
podcasts
makes sense.
because I post the podcast every week. So it's, I don't know if you get them too, but I get it because, my account is
Right.
tied to both podcasts. So as a result, I get one of those almost like I definitely get one a week on, podcast release days and sometimes 2 or 3
That's
times a week,
hilarious.
depending on,
So many
yeah. And it's
memories.
like, yeah,
No,
it's like, I don't even remembered I posted
my phone was
podcasts.
going bananas to the point I couldn't
I
keep
bet.
up with anything. So I logged in, I changed my password, and then I deleted
Yeah.
the apps just to
Yeah.
shut down that line of like alerts, you know.
Right.
And then like I was getting
Mhm.
texts like, "Oh," and I put the post up like, "Hey, I got hacked." Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fast forward 3
Hoping that
days
people will see
later,
that. Yeah.
friends of mine got hacked as well because they must have clicked the damn thing from me. It's like herpes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what those
Yeah,
want you to
exactly.
do. Share it.
And I
Yep.
think I know what it did because I've been trying to contact these people today and I can't for some reason send them a message. But
Mm.
I'm pretty sure whoever hacked me are using my email address to mine Litecoin because you could do it
Oh, okay.
in like the cloud basically. Because
Oh,
the
right.
day after I got hacked, at like 4 a.m, I got it. I have an email. It's like, "Hey, welcome to Litecoin Miner. Activate your account." And I'm like, "Well, what is this?" And then I got one later in the day that's like, "Withdrawal confirmed. 0.00 whatever Litecoin." And I'm like, and I'm looking like in my bank account. There's no money missing. So it's like, and I got another,
So that's what it is. They just need emails
yeah.
to add to.
And so I got
Okay.
another
Yeah.
email like right before we started podcasting about your withdrawals confirmed. So I'm like, they're still mining. So I was trying to
Yeah.
contact the company that this is going through.
Right.
All they have is a like, contact us page, and you put in your message and and nothing, your message was not sent. It's like, this all seems so shady. Yeah.
Right.
There's no phone number. There's nothing. And I have no idea how to stop the shit.
Well, they don't want you to contact them. They're you know,
like I'm trying to figure it out. If I can just alter, like, make the email address into my crypto wallet, I'll do that. Whatever. I don't give a shit. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah, just add it to you instead.
That's fine by me, but I have no idea. I might have to go on there's got to be a Litecoin subreddit.
Time to go on the dark web. Yep.
I'm so annoyed.
I bet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking hackers, man.
Yeah. Yep. I actually, I know this is the how's our week part of it, but I kind of have a story that fits right in this a little bit, which is, have you seen that there's been people, there was somebody who went through and right clicked every NFT possible or that they could get their hands on and essentially stole every NFT that they could steal, which was one of my initial things with it. Cause I'm like, if they don't block right clicking, how are you the owner of this?
Exactly.
Because any other, and not to mention, there's all sorts of other ways to download images from the internet, whether it's screen caps or just download softwares or whatever. There's a variety of ways,
absolutely.
Because they're used to beat piracy all the time. But the story I have is, and this was actually funny to me, it's from the BBC News, and it says piracy, air quote, website offers NFT art as free downloads, and apparently it's from oh shoot, what do you call it? It's Jeffrey Huntley, who created the NFT Bay piracy website. So it's like Pirate Bay is what it looks like, but it's NFT Bay. And basically he's, you can see all sorts of NFTs on there and offering them. So realistically, if you get your hands on that, technically they're illegal, but also it's I feel like it should devalue NFTs and prove realistically why NFTs are so fucking stupid to begin with.
Yes.
Which is that they're a digital file. We live in a world where anything digital is stolen and shared all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody owns memes, right? You can claim you created a meme, but so can 100,000 other people, because they'll all be like, oh, well, I had it too. And, it's just once something is posted somewhere on the internet, the internet owns it, whether or not the people on the internet own it, but the internet owns it because it never goes away. So unless they find some way to completely securely block these things, which I don't know fully how they're going to do this. I've read some stuff that, we can do this and this. And I'm like, okay, I bet some hacker figures out how to, hey, look, I have this image on my phone now.
Yeah,
that's it. It's hacked. Unlike real art, where if you go to, you can't have them, you can have the Mona Lisa, but everybody knows that you have a JPEG of the Mona Lisa, that the real one is hanging in an art museum.
Exactly. Real art, I'm totally behind. NFTs, I think, are stupid.
I'll say this. I love the idea of an NFT for one reason, and that's that it gave really small artists an opportunity to sell their art in another form. But it's just buy a print or even buy a digital print from your favorite artist.
Start making
so that you're
still language NFTs.
Not yet. I've really thought about it though. I don't really want to because I'm kind of staunchly against them, but also, I mean, I kind of want to because some of the ones I've seen sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars blows my mind. So anyway, but it's I don't want to go full NFT talk, but it kind of made me laugh a little bit that, again, one of the things that not just me, but a bunch of other people have pointed out is there's going to be really smart people that are going to find ways to hack this stuff. That, again, if I buy an original piece of art from an artist, unless I scan it and put it on the internet or take a picture and put it on the internet, I'm the only person who owns that, So, I mean, unless the artist is just draws another one and makes prints of it or something. But at least, I'm all for giving small artists money, which, will lead into, of course, Small Business Saturday just was by. give money to small businesses. You know, it's Christmas time. Buy local, buy from small businesses, buy from artists.
For sure.
Have them do cool shit for your family and friends.
Etsy.
Yeah, even that. Yeah. So don't, and you know, I saw a really good post about NFTs yesterday where a guy was like, listen, if you want to get into NFTs, don't buy into them thinking you're going to get rich. Just buy ones that you really like. And if they turn into ones that make you rich, awesome. Right. And don't get caught up in like paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for one of these. And I was like, you know, I can get behind that. Even though still to make and keep them and all that stuff, you know, most of them are still really bad for the environment. But anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah. So yeah. So Tony got hacked.
Yes.
So do you have any more from Thanksgiving before
Not really. I mean, we just had a good time. You know?
Because I was going to tell you about today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we first got on here and I'm kind of stretching a little bit and going, and you know, and you're like, what's going on? I was like, oh, I'll get into it. So I sold like I have a poster from Aladdin, you know, the Disney cartoon. And it's in a, like, you know, it's not a great frame. It's in just a cheap glass frame. It was one like you would have been able to buy at like, you know, Target or something back then. Anyway, I'm like, well, I need a big flat box to put it in to ship. And I'm like, God, I don't know if and then I was like, oh, you know what? I used to get like sketch pads, you know, like the big ones for like newsprint paper and stuff. I have a box that those were shipped in. I'm like, that should be perfect for it because they're thin and it's right around the right size. Well, I also had it buried in my room. So I cleared stuff kind of out of the way, but I'm also very precociously, you know, just like I got one foot on the chair, one on my bed, my hand on this dresser, and I'm reaching full on with my other hand I'm on my tippy toes trying to get to it, right? I grab it, pull it up in the air, and didn't realize it still had like full pads of paper in it. And I kind of moved to the right, and basically I did like an elbow drop from this chair to my floor.
You just ate shit, huh?
Dude. And then when I came down, the shelf that I have I have a little shelf with my printer on it. I got probably a 12-inch scratch across my back from it. I'm bleeding a little bit. So when I landed, all the shit in front of me that I had moved to kind of get out of the way, all of it comes down on me. I have a TV on my bed that I have sitting. It was fine, but it started to come down. I'm like, geez, you know, so I'm like trying to grab that so it doesn't fall. Meanwhile, I can't stand all the way up because I just have shit around me. And I'm like, oh my God. So finally, dude. So, you know, I sit there for a second, get my bearings back about me. You know how you do the like when you start up like a plane or something like that, you're checking different levels on stuff before you really
and shit.
Yeah. Am I okay? Did I break anything? All right. I seem to be good. My back hurt. Like, cause I could tell I got scratched, you know? So I move a couple things so I can get up okay, you know, put the TV back. I think there's a little scratch on the TV, unfortunately, but I actually think as funny as this will sound, it might buff out. I think I think it's more surface. You know, I don't think it was real deep.
When you started flying through the air, did you?
Oh yeah.
Because you should have.
The way I've been telling people is it's less like that and more like Matt Foley throwing himself through a table. So anyway, so also next to my printer stand, I had a couple of comic book prints that I got from an artist named Mark Brooks. And I didn't realize there was a picture frame also there with glass in it. And when I went to move, I just hear glass breaking and coming. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Because now I'm thinking, did a piece of glass cut me? Like, you know, not just get a minor scratch. So I finally get up and I go out in the other room and I lift my shirt and I was like, okay, Mom, I was like, am I bleeding? And she goes, yeah, you got a really big scratch and you're bleeding a little bit. So she, you know, cleaned it up for me and
did the Rambo gunpowder lighter.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Dude, I I hit hard, man. I just hit flat out tailbone on the floor. Like, didn't even hit my ass. I hit my tailbone,
Don't you just feel like an
that in
asshole
between.
after that happens?
Yeah, you're right. Because it's the worst feeling. Like, you're so helpless. Like, when you start to fall, you're like, fuck, because there's nothing to grab onto.
Parkour.
Yeah, like I'm literally Mick Foley getting thrown off the top of the Hell in the Cell at this point, even though it's, 2-3 feet, whatever.
30 feet, 3 feet, whatever.
It's all the same. All I'm saying is my hardcore career's over. Well, wait. My hardcore wrestling career. Wink.
Exactly.
But dude, holy fuck. I mean, I got like a red spot on the inside of my elbow. My upper left hip is hurting. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did I hit all of these surfaces? I mean, I understand I'm no light lad.
As you flailed wildly.
Yeah, it was Hans Gruber off Nakamura Tower. Why did I say Nakamura? That's Nakamura Tower is not right.
Plaza.
Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm thinking of Shinsuke Nakamura, the wrestler.
Naturally. As one does.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Yeah. Like I said, it's like, well, I realized that, in my wrestling career, I had one bump on the bump card. No, that's it. My body's like, you're done.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I did a fucking header like that. I can't imagine it feels good in your 40s.
I'm officially announcing my retirement from hardcore matches. Sorry to all my fans.
I'm honestly trying to think of the last time I really ate shit like that, and I can't think of one.
Well, you want to hear the worst part? So my mom's out in the other room, like trying to get out some Christmas decorations. She does something, kind of gets her feet twisted before me, and she ate shit. So I had gone out and helped her up, and she's okay, fortunately. She's a little sore from falling or whatever, but she's okay. And then I fucking eat shit. So, we're both telling Jim, we're like, maybe just stay in the chair you're in.
Move.
Like, just, there's something about being in this household today that, I didn't understand it was hardcore rules in our house today. Yeah. But
falls count anyway.
Oh, man. I guess, man. And so far, the family's not doing well. We're 0-2 at this point.
Man. Wow, that's rough.
Good fun though. Good fun. All I can say, I was really fortunate to not hit my head, because I would have destroyed the wall.
Oh, naturally.
But also I was really fortunate that I had that picture frame turned the opposite way to where the glass was in, not out. So I did break it, but fortunately all the glass went away from me instead of like into me.
Yeah, your lack of PPE is disturbing as someone who works with glass all day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm hardcore.
Now see, if you would have went head first though, it just cue Chris Benoit music.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not smothering anyone with a pillow.
The flying headbutt of doom.
Can we go with Bam Bam instead? I feel like that's a better representation of me.
All right, fair enough. I forgot he did the headbutt off the top rope.
Tattoos. Yeah, aside from the tattoos, I prefer to be known as the Beast from the East.
What else Bam Bam's known for? Getting his ass kicked by Major Payne. Yeah, that's right.
It's true. Yeah, Andy fought Lawrence Taylor at a WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Actually, wasn't that bad of a match, given that Lawrence Taylor really wasn't a wrestler.
Was it the cocaine versus tattoo match?
Oh man, probably.
Probably cocaine versus cocaine match.
Yeah. Don't do crack. Oh man. Yeah, I felt like such an asshole. Like I'm just laying there and there's just wreckage around me. And I'm just laughing on one hand because literally I'm picturing how this is like as close as I'll ever be to hardcore wrestling. I went through a picture frame, nearly destroyed a stand, knocked a bunch of shit over. I got scratched up and dinged up a little bit, so yeah, I need to come out with some sort of hardcore shirt for myself.
Yeah, exactly. That would be hilarious.
Put like farewell tour on the back and just put today's date.
The date it happened. Today's date, hardcore champion. Just show you laying on the floor surrounded by wreckage.
Yeah, celebration of a career. It's just got one day on it, you know. Oh man, I'm gonna. I'm sure it's
trash tomorrow. I'll guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna wake up and be like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
it's gonna suck.
Yeah. At least I don't have to wrestle again tomorrow.
That's what you think.
You know,
there might be a shoe in the way, and you go through the door.
Yeah, that'd probably be my luck.
What are you, goddamn Matt Foley all of a sudden?
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like I said, I've been using that GIF when I'm telling people,
whoops,
you know, what yeah, just wreck that
whoops a daisy.
Because that's about how it was. That distance is not too far off, and you know, it was just like a folding chair. You know, like you bring out, like if the guests come over and you just need some extra chairs. You know, so it wasn't even a steel chair or anything. I mean, I could lie and say it was.
Yes,
you know?
Steel chair. Good steel chair match.
So what happened was I jumped off a steel chair, you know, to drop a back drop onto.
I'm assuming you're doing a dragon salt.
Yeah, yeah. I was doing a shooting star press off the chair. It just went horribly wrong.
So bad.
Not Brock Lesnar shooting star press wrong, or moonsault, whatever it was. Do you remember that?
Fuck. He's so lucky he's got freaking like floaties as neck muscles.
Dude, yeah. Oh my
God. You want to talk about doing a header? That dude hit the mat like he was a lawn dart. Oh,
man, that was so bad. God. I remember watching that live. And Kurt Angle talked him into it.
Good job.
Like, because I guess he was doing it in practice and nailing it like every time, I guess. So Angle was like, you got to do that because, you know, you think about as big as Lesnar is, you don't see guys that size do that move much. And now you know why.
Fucking reason.
When you fuck it up. Yeah, when you fuck it up, you go right on your neck. He really was, though, all joking aside, so fortunate that he didn't get paralyzed or break his neck.
They also call that the rascal scooter press.
Yeah, right. Jesus. Yeah, you're not supposed to do your finisher to yourself. Yeah, exactly. You know?
Finish me.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my eventful day. So yeah. Good times. Right? Yeah. Tommy Dreamer may own the name House of Hardcore, but goddamn it, I live in the House of Hardcore. Baby. You know, it's so funny though, because it's like, you know, it's my own damn fault because, you know, I should have cleared more shit out of my way and had a steadier footing. I got it. Like, I got up there and I'm like almost couldn't reach it. And I was like, you know, if I just stretch a little further, I got this, you know, and I'm thinking worst case scenario, I fall
your final
forward.
Destination moment.
Yeah, it really was. Because like I said, I'm thinking, you know, worst case scenario, I fall forward. No big deal. I already got my hand right there. I can kind of catch myself.
Before
you know?
Riggedy wretch yourself?
Nah.
No.
Yeah. Nah. If I'm going to, no, I'm throwing myself off the chair. Like I said, I'm doing just a trust fall basically off the chair.
Exactly.
There's a wrestler in AEW who that's basically his finishing moves. He does a trust fall off the top rope, and it's called the coffin drop. So that's what I did. I did Darby Allin's coffin drop off of a chair, off of a stand, through glass.
He should come out with like menthol drops to have coffin drops.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah. Or they're really heavily laced with weed, so you cough a lot.
Yeah, man.
Dude, speaking of, I went into GameStop today, and somebody who was in there before me or during the time I was in there, boy, did they smell like the weed. Yeah. And the weed wasn't so bad. I mean, I don't love the smell of weed, but whatever. But the BO was like
overwhelming,
comic book guy level. Yeah. And I'm like, it was gamer funk for sure. And I'm like, whoa. And like after I was the only customer left in the store, and the manager goes and gets the like air freshener, like spray. And he's like, I can't even open the door because the heat will kick on more. and that'll just make it worse. So I was like, oh man,
brutal. You should have told him about the classic Perry stick ups in the heat vent trick.
Man, you ain't kidding. Man.
Oh my goodness.
When we had our place, I had to take a dude outside and have a talk with him because he wore the same jacket all the time. So that jacket had his normal like funk in it. And he baked himself in his car every time. Oh, dude, it was so bad. And I was like, bro, you got to get a different jacket, or you got to throw that thing in a washing machine or something, because that would be the move. Because hell, you know, just start tearing pieces off your coat and smoking it, probably, you know.
I imagine, eh?
Next time he came in, he had a different coat on, and I told him outside, you know, I was like, I don't want to say anything in front of everybody, but I'm like, yo, it's pretty rough. You know, and also, you know, we had a shop, we had kids in there, you know, don't need random parents coming in going, oh, hey, this whole place smells like.
Why does it smell like Uncle Eddie?
Yeah. It's like, why does it smell like blueberry yum yum in here?
Oh, man.
Sticky icky. You're like, oh, boy. Yeah. Right. Anyway. So, yeah.
I made an observation.
Yeah.
I got to bounce this idea out. There's a thing off you, just whatever. Now, yesterday, we watched The Blues Brothers. Classic.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a long time. Great movie.
Yeah.
Probably should buy the vinyl. Just saying.
Oh, the soundtrack's amazing on it.
Great soundtrack.
I used to have the vinyl. I had the CD for years, but the vinyl. I don't, hopefully there'll be some cool stuff out there for that. If they even made it, I don't know if there is a vinyl of it. I haven't looked
it up yet, but it's gotta
be. I would think so.
Here's what I want you to consider. I want you to consider the fact that the Blues Brothers inspired GTA. Because in the end of the movie, in the car chase of all car chases, it starts off as just the cops. And eventually the SWAT team joins. And eventually the army joins with helicopters.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. That is.
So you can't tell me that is not inspired GTA's wanted level.
I like this theory.
I'm serious, though. Like, as we're watching the movie, because I forgot about all that. I was like, oh, yeah, SWAT team. And then when the army showed up and then helicopters, I'm like, this is fucking GTA.
Yeah, clearly at this point you're at like a four-star wanted or five.
Once the army shows up, you're at 5 stars.
5 stars, that's right. Yeah, I couldn't remember where the army showed up.
I'm like, this is GTA wanted level right now. That's what's going on here.
Really was. That's a tough wanted level to beat too.
That, and I don't know if Logan's watched the Blues Brothers. I should make him watch it. But what I want is also in like a D&D campaign to have 2 like bards that can survive the unsurvivable and just show up in the background everywhere. I think that'd be amazing. Just wearing matching clothes.
Yeah. In dancing, of course.
Like anything that like horrible happens that no one should survive, suddenly they're in like the next town, you know?
Yeah. Do you know one of my favorite parts in that movie is, again, the soundtrack is phenomenal, and the amount of musicians in the movie is crazy. And the level of musicians in the movie is crazy. Like, these aren't just rando scrubs. I mean, it's like Aretha Franklin and, a bunch of others in it.
Ray
but
Charles, James Brown.
But there's so much terrible acting by those musicians in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
They're so
bad. Yeah,
they're not good. I love the movie, though.
I forgot how good it was. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love, like, when they're in the country bar and, they're behind the chicken wire. Shit's getting thrown at them. And, good shit.
It's a great movie.
Or I can't think of the guy's name. Who is it? The one that they talk into going with him and Aretha Franklin? They're at the restaurant, and she's just giving him the shit. I think, and of course she pulls like I just want some respect or something like that. And just some good shit in that movie.
Yeah, like
we're on a from God.
Watching it, and like Michelle's like, I can't believe they got Aretha Franklin for this movie. And I'm just like, well, it's a movie celebrating like black music and black culture in a time where that didn't really happen. So I'm not surprised that all these major like celebrities came out.
Right, and they were showing great love and appreciation for the music, like you were saying, because that was the thing they really did, and that's why
I don't know when Blues Brothers came out exactly, but late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, you're coming at the tail end of like blaxploitation movies, and
yeah,
you really didn't have Hollywood being like, "Hey, black culture," you know?
Yeah. That's why it's like I didn't know who a lot of the musicians in the movie were, because a lot of them are like blues and jazz musicians that I wasn't really aware of. But when you start looking them up and stuff, you're like, whoa, these are some like heavy hitters. Yeah, this isn't just some background band or something. This is a real like who's who of a lot of these artists, so very nice.
I forgot about the scene where they're in that like fancy restaurant. How much for the women?
Yeah.
Your wife, your daughters, how much? Oh yeah, classic.
Yep.
But yeah, I had to once I saw that the army show up, I had to add that to my notes. I wanted to see what you thought about that.
That is really no, that is really funny, because that is exactly how it works in Grand Theft Auto. Is a minor whatever, a couple cops show up. If you cause some more trouble, then more cops show up, but then a SWAT team shows up, and then helicopters come, and so even now where they and it's gotten quicker, I feel like, in the newer versions than in the old, because man, I feel like you can go from like 1 to 4 real easy. So yeah, especially out on the water, you can't pull the old trick where you used to be able to just swim way out in the water and you'd be fine. Now you have to watch out for boats and helicopters out there.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, and also we tried to watch Terminator 2. Right?
Yeah.
You could think you could stream that. You'd think. So I did the old Siri, hey, Terminator 2, yo. And it gave me 2 options. It gave me
go fuck yourself.
No. Yeah, basically. It gave me the option of, hey, you can watch it, but you got to rent it. Or you can watch it through Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto.
And I'm like, do I need another app?
Yes.
And I'm like, whatever. If we can watch T2, then yes. I guess I'll download this Pluto.
I've used Pluto a few times. It's actually not a bad app.
Slow down.
Like, it's got a lot of
stuff on it.
Oh, you had issues. I take it. Okay.
We load up Terminator 2, right? And, if you remember, like, the first probably 10 minutes of Terminator 2 is just music. And it's like, dun, 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 dun. And then, and it's like into the future, and, people dying in explosions or whatever. And then you get, like, the Sarah Connor voiceover. And it was all in Spanish. We're like, damn it. The one version we could watch for free was the Spanish version.
Are you serious? Wow, that's so weird. Yeah, you're right. I'm just, for shits and giggles, I pulled it up on IMDb, because they always have the how to watch, and the very top one is Pluto TV. Now, it is possible on Pluto, they have, much like on like cable TV, how there'll be like 5 HBOs. Right. So maybe you just maybe somehow the whatever just gave you
but we had to watch through the bar fight scene just to hear what Arnold's voice sounded like. Yeah. Because Arnold's got the deep, Austrian voice, and we thought maybe it'd be like some sort of mimicry. It was just like a guy speaking Spanish, not even like a deep voice. It was
that's funny.
I kind of wanted to just watch the movie,
Right. Yeah.
But at the same time, I actually wanted to watch the movie because it's been a while. Yeah.
Right.
But Spanish T2 was awesome.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like the options that it shows on IMDb, it says, Pluto TV is free. And then otherwise you've got to like rent or buy it. And it's $3.99 to rent on Prime, or $5.54 to buy, the DVD of it or whatever. That blows my mind that a movie that big, that iconic, is not available on any real streaming service other than Pluto.
Weird, isn't it?
That's very
Right?
weird. Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
You would think somebody would have that, like HBO Max or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, I have a plethora of streaming services. None
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
well, Pluto, I guess.
Huh.
Oh,
Pluto. Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. I used it for a while because I used to, before bed, I used to watch Married with Children.
All right.
And then the channel that it was on wasn't showing it anymore. And I'm like, oh, it's got to be available for stream somewhere. At the time, nope, nowhere. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then it showed up on Pluto. Now it's on Hulu, and I think it might be on HBO Max, but it's definitely on Pluto or Hulu. But I was like, oh, and it says Pluto, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I looked, and I'm like, well, it's free. What the hell? So, and there's an app on the PS4 for it. So I download the app and I pull it up, and sure as shit, it's like it's similar to like if you don't have a DVR and you're watching TV, like you can pull up a channel and watch what you are. But at least at the time, I couldn't like go back to the beginning or any of that kind of stuff. You had to watch from where it was. Like it wasn't really an on-demand service as much as it was like, hey, this is on, you can watch whatever. But you can also see when things are going to be on later and different shit like that. So it was like, oh, there was quite a few things on there that I'm like, and the channels on there, they had a lot of channels. So I was actually kind of like, this is actually kind of a cool app for free.
Like our first thought was maybe Pluto's like a Spanish aimed streaming service. So like we looked at the guide and Old School was on one of the channels, clicked it.
Yeah.
Just that was in English. So I was like, all right, I guess.
Would have been really funny if by freak chance you would have picked, say you picked two more movies and both happened to be Spanish.
That would have been hilarious.
Or even better, one in Russian.
Like, what is going on? I'm so confused.
Okay, clearly all of these things are in some other language than English.
Yeah, it was something all right though.
Yeah, that's wild. All right. Yeah.
Oh, also, just for everyone out there knows, our Seltzy Language Part 2 is up and live on Salty Language Pod on YouTube.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Definitely go check. What else? They should do other things when they check it out.
They should also mush that like and make sweet love to that subscribe. Because, you hit that thumbs up button and it lets other people know and YouTube know that other people should watch that bullshit.
Right. And also share.
Yeah. Which, I don't know how you're feeling, but we might, Truly apparently has a Christmas pack. So I mean, I don't know if I could track that down or not, but I don't know if you're into another one.
Oh, for sure, up for another one.
Dude, guess what starts Wednesday besides December?
Throbbing back pain for me, probably. What?
But also my advent calendar of beers.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah, nice. Son. Drinks for Jesus.
Yep. He'll appreciate that, I'm sure. Yeah.
Unless I get...
Sorry, I'm just...
hammered.
Crossing stuff.
Hey-o.
Damn it.
Get it?
Huh?
Get it?
Terrible.
Get it?
Right. Sorry.
How about that Michigan game?
I mean, I'm wearing the hat.
Hell yeah.
It's funny. I mentioned on the show last week how I don't like to watch that game with people because it usually gets obnoxious. It was so crazy how quiet Facebook was after that game.
Not the people that I have as friends.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I either saw tumbleweeds or I saw we did it to ourselves bullshit.
Like I saw some real dumb shit, and then I'm in a group chat with some people I work with, and it was a lot of like, oh man, well we were playing the refs too, and it's like, just stop.
Jeez. First of all, like I said last time, that series is always better when it goes back and forth, because then it's a rivalry. Then the trash talking is fun. It means something. They won, Ohio State's won, what was it, 15 out of 16 or something like that from them.
The overall record, Brian.
No, I know, but but you know what I mean. It's like I want it to be a rivalry. I don't want it to be one way all the time. It's less fun that way. I like it to be like well, this game's up again. That's no fun. Like almost every Michigan fan I know was pretty much like, yep, they're probably going to lose
Yeah,
again.
I mean, honestly, I was watching the game and I was like, damn, this
And
is
I
a
already
good
have a
game. But
football team.
most years I get to about halftime, I'm like, I'm turning this off.
Yeah. And I already have a football team that stinks all the time. I don't need another
Fair
one.
enough.
Like mine's like epic level, one of the all-time greats at
Yes.
stinking. So I don't need any more, It's like I don't know if you saw, there was an obituary of a Steelers fan that said, I think it said something like, I can't remember what it was, like his cause of death. He wanted to be put in his obituary, something like, suffering the Steelers or something like that, basically. Like, that I can't remember what the hell it is now. Shit, I got to look it up so I can get it right.
I am also looking.
Oh, you're looking for it?
fan.
Okay. Well,
Wow. One of the things I put in that, in Steelers fan was Steelers fan poops pants. So that's something.
Righty? Oh my.
Let's see here. It says Steelers fans obituary takes Lions game. Says Lions game was quote unquote all he could take. According to obituary of Wayne Olaxia, 76-year-old, died after a long bout with the Steelers. He was at his home,
which I think is funny.
He was at his home with his family when the Steelers went overtime against the 0-8 Lions, and that was all he could take.
All right, so I mean, I have a couple things with this. One, you said he was what, 76? Okay, that means his fandom. Let's say 66 of those years he was a fan of the Steelers. Even that's 20 more years than I've been alive. So that puts him back in, let's say, 58. Right. The Steelers were really, really good in the 70s. They won 2 Super Bowls with Ben Roethlisberger. They've been in the playoffs almost every year under Cowher or Tomlin. What the hell do you have to be? I'm sorry, but you don't get the final straw bullshit with a team like the Steelers.
True.
Now, if I wrote that same obituary, it'd be different because I'd be like, I've been a fan of the Lions since like 1988.
Yeah.
Right. They've had one playoff game that I remember basically in that time, and they got blown out by Philadelphia. It was like 52 to something. They got destroyed by Rodney Peete and the Philadelphia Eagles. And Rodney Peete used to be a quarterback for the Lions. They got rid of him. Then he went to Philadelphia and then trounced the Lions in the playoffs because that's what players do.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And it's like, okay, if you're a fan of the Lions, you can say you finally had enough. And it's just, it's over. But I'm sorry, when your team has whenever they talk about the Steelers in the Hall of Fame, you ever notice there's like 19 gold coats?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's all from like the 70s till now. It's like, I'm sorry, the Lions have like 2 Hall of Famers in my lifetime. That's Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. So it's basically, that's it. Oh, I don't remember, actually. I can't remember if Chris Spielman's. I don't think Spielman's in the Hall of Fame. He was just a really good Lions player. But, so anyway, whatever it is, it's not very many. They have 0 Super Bowls ever.
Right.
Not even an appearance in the Super Bowl. They have NFC champion or NFL championships before the merger, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, come on. If you're a Browns fan, I would allow it as well because the Browns have gone through some ungodly stuff. The Bears even I would allow because they've had 1 Super Bowl in our lifetime. They were in another, and that was true. Boy, was that a shit show. Because that was the old Rex Grossman reign Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. Remember Rex Grossman, every time the ball was snapped to him, he basically just put it on the ground. Sorry, I had to bring that back up.
Shit out of me.
But yeah, you see what I'm getting at? It's like these are teams where there's been struggles. Right. The Steelers, like the worst struggle they have is they might narrowly miss the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Or Roethlisberger's,
like, come on.
naughty charges.
Well, yeah,
you'll have that.
Yeah. So anyway, but I did think the story was funny with the guy though, because it's I mean, I can understand the embarrassment of not beating the Lions because this is one of those seasons where sometimes you joke like college team could beat them. I'd love to put some of the top college teams against the Lions this year and just see what happens. You know, they should still destroy the college team because they're full-grown men,
right?
Versus 19-year-old, you know, not quite man
I mean,
strength and
you
man
would
body.
think, right?
Well, I don't know, man. So anyway,
you would think.
yeah, you would think. However,
yeah, I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
It was fun though, and you know, R.I.P. to that guy, because you know. But again, it'd be like me, like, right? Like, oh, here's a good one. Like, okay, if I was going to die and I see my obituaries and I'm just like, oh, I suffered the Red Wings, you know, the Detroit Red Wings hockey team. And everyone's going to go, fuck
exactly,
yourselves.
right?
They made the playoffs 23 straight years.
Oh, you know what's fun?
Multiple
Speaking of the Red Wings, we watched a little bit of the Thanksgiving Day parade, right? And on one of the floats, they had somebody. I don't even know who this woman was. It was just some lady. And she was like a model or something. And then they had...
so it's clearly Nell Carter from back in the... Give me a break. That's a timely reference.
I didn't say a model of a water tower. And then they had like a goalie from the Capitals... And I didn't catch their names. And a dude from the Red Wings, like on the bottom of the float, and she was on the top, like waving, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, they're like, oh, and here comes the blah blah blah, and you know, they start talking about the hockey player. They talk about her. They talk about the float, and then they start talking about the hockey players on there. And I wish I could remember the guy's name, because it's not a name that rings a bell like, you know, Sorley and Fedorov and all that.
Right.
But he's like, he was a fabulous, you know, the guy, the dude was like, you know, he's a fabulous hockey player from the Detroit Red Wings. And immediately the lady who was also co-hosting was like, speaking of fabulous, look at her coat. That's the most fabulous thing I've seen. It's like, Jesus, just give those guys like an ounce of respect, please.
Yeah.
Like
she was... her and the other person had a conversation. She's like, okay, when you're talking about the hockey player, I need you to throw fabulous in there, and I'm going to take the ball and run from that point.
Might as well have been.
All right, I gotcha.
Speaking of fabulous.
Speaking of fabulous.
I was like, man, you can't even give them any like ounce of respect.
No. Like, damn, dude.
Brutal.
Jeez. Harsh. What are you going to do, though, right? I guess. I don't know.
Not watch the parade.
Yeah, that's usually my move.
I mean, it was like, put it on, it's festive. And then I started getting like so annoyed at everything.
Yeah, the commentary is what I can't deal with. Like, if you just watch stuff yourself, it's fine. Or if you're going to watch one, you got to watch the local ones. Because the local ones, those people are usually trying real hard to be funny and get noticed.
Fair enough.
Good shit. I watched quite a bit of stuff this week. Yeah, I've watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of Hit Monkey.
I have not watched any of it yet, and I feel like a failure.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? I like it, but remember when we first were like saw that preview for it, and I was like, I'm in, but what I'm afraid of is Jason Sudeikis just being Jason Sudeikis, like just monologuing essentially. That's what he does in every episode. No. And it's kind of annoying that there's a lot of the episodes where there's not a lot of other dialogue. He's talking to the monkey, which is funny because he understands the monkey and the monkey understands him. And there's like the first couple episodes I watched and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this. And then it got better. The next couple episodes, there's some like really funny moments in them and stuff, but it's like, so far it's like, I think you'll enjoy it, but I don't think it's gonna be one of those series where, like, I'll be honest, I've watched like 4 or 5 and I've been doing it. I did like 2 episodes. I didn't do like big chunk. Like normally if I really enjoy something, I'll watch like 5 episodes of it right away, you know? So I'm not real sure on that. I think there's 10 episodes total. So I'm curious, I'm kind of wrapped up in the mystery or not the mystery, but what's going on in the show a little bit. But, I mean, it's still the last episode I watched, they were in a casino and the monkey gets introduced to alcohol and gambling, which is pretty funny.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and the monkey's trying to be a pacifist, essentially. Like, he doesn't want to kill anymore, but then he has, like, rage moments where something will set him off, and then he's, like, ripping the throat out of somebody. So, it's like I said, it's got some stuff I know you'll enjoy in it, but there's also some, I love Jason Sudeikis, and, like, I don't know if you've ever watched any of Ted Lasso, but it's fucking amazing. But he's great, but I don't know if even if it was someone else, that would annoy me, that it's just like a monologuing thing and he just keeps talking. Like, to me, I feel like, you know what it reminds me of? Joss Whedon dialogue, like early seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Like how it's just and it's just like I need a audio break occasionally.
Put in my AirPods.
Yeah. But overall, I like it. I think, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the one season of it. Because I think, like, the book of it, I think, is only like 6 or 8 issues or something. Might not even be that many. I don't remember. But I also watched Hawkeye, the first 2 episodes.
I forgot that was out.
Yeah, first 2 episodes are up on Disney Plus. Apparently, it's the worst number of viewers for any Marvel series on Disney.
Like, I watched a trailer for that on this very program, and I thought it looked great.
Yeah. But it's Hawkeye. Hawkeye is pretty much nobody's favorite Avenger, really. Right. But also, there's probably a contingent of, well, they're gonna replace him with a girl, So
you're probably right.
Which, again, in the book, I like the Kate Bishop character way more than I ever liked Clint Barton. But there's some good Easter eggs in it. So if you watch it, pull up like Easter eggs, like a list, because there's some stuff that you probably won't think about or know that are really good in the episode. Really? Little hints, yeah. And not to be spoilers, like, I'm not going to spoil the show, but there's big type rumors that maybe Vincent D'Onofrio will show up as a certain large criminal leader in New York.
Oh.
A kingpin, one might say.
Oh, you don't say, huh?
I hope so. He was so good on that Daredevil show as Kingpin. I hope he gets to reprise that role. And he wants to. He wants to be like to do that role again. So, and there is one Easter egg that I forgot what it is. Something happens in the show, and the building it happens in is the address that they have as the Kingpin's address, like as a safe house in the Daredevil TV show. Yep. So there's already a little pin there. Whether or not they go anywhere with it, you never know. But
for some reason, the website took forever to load.
I enjoyed the show. I thought it was pretty good. I guess they're going to shrink the time on the episodes, though, because the first 2 episodes are like almost an hour on both of them. I assumed it was going to be half-hour episodes. Too. Nope, 1 hour long. And honestly, watching it might have worked better as half-hour.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it,
we'll see.
I did watch one thing. I watched episode 1 of Tiger King season 2.
Oh boy, I have not pulled that up on my. I added it to my queue, but I have not watched it. So watching.
It's not as engaging as the first season was. Like, I wasn't like, holy shit, we got to watch the next episode. But it was enough that I was kind of like, yeah, I might watch this, but at my leisure.
Okay. At your leisure. That's kind of what I was saying about Hit Monkey. I kind of feel like you might watch Hit Monkey the same way. Because maybe it's just me, though. Maybe the Jason Sudeikis thing, it's just kind of after a couple episodes, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with him for a little bit. I need something else in here.
Right.
I've actually been skipping around a little bit this week, whereas normally once I start a series, I try to push through and finish it, although I still haven't finished Squid Game yet.
Yeah, I haven't even started it.
And I have I'm still about whatever of this season has happened, and about half of the last season of Curb to catch up on too. So, but again, Curb I can only watch in like 2-episode chunks because after a couple episodes, I'm like, okay, enough. I
need to take a breather.
Yeah. I also watched Crunchyroll and Adult Swim have a Blade Runner show called Bladerunner Black Lotus. And I forgot Friday they were going to run. There's like a Blade Runner short that came out called like Blade Runner 2022 or something like that. Then there's Blade Runner 2049, which was the actual sequel, which I still haven't seen.
Yeah, same.
And then they were going to show at this point the 3 episodes of this new show back to back to back. And I was going to watch it, and then I was like, you know what? Blade Runner 2049 is on HBO Max. If I'm going to watch it, I'll watch it on there because no commercials. And, you know, if there's any boobies, no. But it'll be uncut because it's on HBO Max. So I'd rather watch it on there. So I'll have to look. They may have that other one on there too. I really dug the Black Lotus show though. I thought it was pretty good because it's in the future. Replicants have been banned, and this girl kind of wakes up with amnesia, but when she gets confronted, all of a sudden she's it's the old trope of oh, I can't remember anything, and someone's like, I'm gonna punch you, and she's like, oh yeah, now I have ninja skills.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm Elektra now.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean Carmen Electra, not Electra from Marvel Comics.
Tits out.
No, but it very much looks like a current video game, is what it looks like. The way it's animated, it very, very much looks like if you were playing like Cyberpunk or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and in fact, the whole time I'm like, why hasn't there been a Blade Runner game?
That's kind of true. I guess Detroit Become Humans, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. But the girl on the show, she's trying to, of course, she's trying to figure out if she's a replicant or not, even though they're illegal and all this other stuff. But I thought it was pretty decent. And those are half-hour episodes. What stinks is the only way to stream them is on Crunchyroll or on Adult Swim's website. I don't know about through their app, but it sucks. Their app is not available on like the consoles. So I think at some point I'm going to have to get some other smart device, like a Fire Stick or something, so I can get these other apps. Because I hate the fact that the only way I can do it right now is using my super outdated Apple TV and put the app on my phone.
I mean, it is Cyber Monday. And I'm
pretty
sure Amazon streaming shit is like hella on sale today.
It usually is, yeah. So I may have to have a look-see at that.
Look-see.
Yeah.
Although I got to say, as much as I love Amazon, I'm getting kind of sick of them.
That's fair. Yeah. I can live with that.
Mostly because it's like, they're just like, here's what kind of got me is yesterday I had to get out of the house, right?
Right. Cops are on your tail, I get you.
Army SWAT team, helicopters.
Right. And the only way to be safe in your house is if you can get into your bed before they get to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is weird.
So, Michelle was like, I think in BG they've got indoor putt-putt. I'm like, oh. So I looked it up. You have to make reservations for tea time, but we got in. So I was like, whatever. So we went and did that. And it's in the old Bowling Green Woodland Mall.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
You want to see a dead mall? It was basically like a flea market, a remote control, like track, like car track, and then this golf place, and that was really it.
Sounds like the one in Monroe is like that now too.
So
it's like a bounce thing. Yeah,
I was just like, holy shit.
No, that's too bad.
It's just like, what do you?
I hate to see any mall like really go out because it usually takes the area with it.
I just feel like, and I get it. Like, I was working on my car like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to get something from the auto parts store,
Right. Auto
Yeah, and I
boys.
was like, shit. And I'm like, I pull up on my phone. I'm like, oh, I can order from Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow when I get home from work.
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
going to do that so I don't have to go back out.
I know it's so that's the part that sucks so much because if you still had to wait like we used to have to wait for Amazon stuff, people would still be buying from
Yeah.
stores. But that 1 or 2 day shipping is just
Yeah,
murdering
it's
stores left.
so convenient that it's like it's killing local business. And I
Right.
hate
Because
that.
even the stores like Target or different ones, I think Target I think has was it shipped or whatever where you can have it delivered to you. But even the stores where it's like, oh, we have curbside pickup, it's like, yeah, but I still got to
Yeah,
go to your
or I could
store.
sit on my couch.
And tomorrow when I wake up, it'll be at my front
Exactly.
door. Like magic.
Yeah, so it really kind of,
Again.
like, because, like with food, and I'm not talking grocery shopping, because trying to grocery shop local was really hard.
Oh, oh yeah.
But,
I don't think I'll ever turn back to going full time back into the stores.
well, fair enough.
I think I'll probably go delivery most, and the most of that's because of my anxieties and
Right.
stuff.
But it's like, but it's like, like when I go out to eat, I always go to a local restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Local
true.
bar.
You try real hard not to eat
try
in
to keep it
chains.
local.
Yep.
But it's so
Yep.
hard to do that with shopping now.
Yes.
And it's like, it kind of,
Well, for various reasons, even, right? Like, good example here. The closest grocery stores to me, I live in between a Kroger and a place called Food Town. And the Food Town is awesome. I can get in there. They don't have a huge selection, but it's like a little market kind of thing. You can get in, get out in like 10 minutes, basically. It's rare. Like today, I was in line. I had a good amount of
right.
stuff. Person in front of me had quite a bit of stuff. The woman over at the customer service took a couple of people out of the line that only had like 2 things. Then while she was doing that, another employee walked over and she looked at what I had in my cart and she goes, I can take you on the next
You're
one.
like, you're damn right.
Kroger, they would have been like, fuck you, stand in that line,
Yeah.
So on that level, it's like, this is awesome. The downside is almost everything there costs more
Yes.
money. But on top of it, it's like, well, how much is my time worth?
Also, yes.
But you know what I mean? And it's less anxiety inducing than the bigger store is because there's just not that, even when it's been busy, it's not busy.
Right.
Like you can still navigate the store pretty well, aside from them having narrow aisles,
Fair enough.
But most of the time people are fairly civil and get out of your way
They
and whatever.
better.
Not it. Yeah. Well, I don't give them a choice. I'm bigger than most of the people, so
No, it's like it sucks. Because I really do try to keep the shit local, but at the same time, convenience over like wins a lot. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, even if I'm gonna buy from like Target, I try to go into the store and buy because I'm trying to keep that Target open. Or if I'm buying from GameStop, I know guys that work at this GameStop. I want to keep them employed. I like those guys. And it sucks when there's a store that, especially like a niche kind of store, that goes out and you're like, damn it, now we're, for a good example for a long time was Radio Shack, right?
I actually miss Radio Shack.
Right? Because you knew anytime you went in there, they probably had whatever obscure fucking wire or whatever you need.
I do all kinds of weird shit with wires sometimes, and I'm always like,
right,
where am I going to find this particular like adapter besides the internet?
Exactly.
Like Radio Shack, I used to be able to walk in and look at their stupid racks of dumb shit and be like, that's what I need right there.
The best part of Radio Shack was you could walk in and be like, I can't find what I need. You walk up to the person and go, I need, and you'd vaguely describe whatever it is. And they're like, oh yeah, it's right over here. Like they knew exactly.
Are you trying to do this? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I miss that, but I also understand that it's hard to be a niche store when Amazon carries everything. Target carries a lot. Walmart carries everything. They're just getting badgered left and right by big businesses. Yeah. I get it. But also, it's like I really miss those stores. So I try really hard to support places that I like. Like I said, even if it is a chain, it's like I still like. I heard for years that like the Target over here, which just got remodeled, I had heard from employees that worked there that they were like, yeah, we don't know if we're going to be open after Christmas,
Right.
you know? So I'm glad to see them remodel it because, you know, I can't imagine a chain like that would put a bunch of money into a full store remodel just to close it right away. You figure that at least buys them a year.
You would think, right?
You know? But GameStop's a great example because a lot of GameStops have closed, you know, and that's why I said, so if I'm going to buy from GameStop, I try to go over there. Or if I'm going to buy a game, I try to go over there if they're close in price.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
But I feel you on that, man. It's so tough because the first thing you think of is like, I could just jump on Amazon. Plus, any time of the damn night, you just jump on Amazon, you know. And when you order it and they're like, it'll be here in 2 days, basically, you know, no matter what it is.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you've we've used it once or twice, but DoorDash has Dash Kitchen or something, Dash Store that you can get deliveries from. And it's like one day we're just like, we got done with dinner and Michelle was like, I really wish we had dessert. And I was like, like, we went to the grocery store to get stuff to make dinner. I'm like, I'm not going back out. And I see her.
Yeah.
I see her fiddling on her phone. And she's like, well,
I also, there's another side to that real quick too, which is like in the stores around here, you can't just go in, you can't run in and run out of the stores anymore. Not right now. The stores have been insane. So like every line is long because of whether it's the, you know, labor shortage or whatever it is. But for some reason, it's like every line is long now.
Yeah. So she's like, well, do you want like a cookie or something? I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I'm looking at DoorDash and they have this Dash store and they have all kinds of stuff. And then she's like, oh, they got like a share bag of peanut butter M&Ms. She's like, how about we just like watch Sopranos and eat peanut butter M&Ms? I'm like, that's a great idea. And it was fucking 15 minutes. So you just ordered minutes and it was on my porch.
Yeah. Right.
What?
Was that all you got was the M&Ms?
Well, no, because she ordered a bunch of her Mexican Coke she's addicted to.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. Well, I was just curious because like, you know,
and I was like, Jesus, this thing's heavy, you know?
Well, you know, like Roxana, you know, does Postmates, and I told you, she had somebody that just had her bring them a burrito from Taco Bell. She's had someone have her bring a milkshake, and that's it.
Well, and
it blows my mind. It's like
we got some M&Ms, Cokes, and I think we got one more thing. But the fact that it was on our doorstep in like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you didn't have to leave. I know.
I mean, I almost did it Sunday when we were heading because Leah was driving. It's so great having kids that drive now. We're heading back from doing putt-putt. We had tacos the night before. And I was like, and be like, well, yeah, I was like, hey, we need to eat leftovers because we got a shit ton of taco stuff. And Michelle was like, why don't we buy chips? We'll do nachos. Good idea.
Nice. That's a great, same food, but it's a different approach.
And so I was like, and we're driving. I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to stop anywhere else. I'm like, you know what? Let me pull up Dash Mart, see how much it is. With the delivery fee, I couldn't consciously spend like $12 for 2 bags of chips.
No, see, that's where you could pull the move with like Target or something, or some store, other store, where you could be like, hey, I need 2 bags of chips. That they don't kill you on that.
I was like, I can't do that. So we ended up, stopping by actually the Food Town by me.
Yeah.
And
because it's either that or you got to hit like a convenience store.
Like I was really hoping I've got a little butcher shop right up the road from my house and they have chips. I was like, oh hell yeah, they were closed. Shit.
Oh yeah, because that would be the move otherwise. Because those are still places you can get in and out easily.
Yeah.
And especially if all you need is like some chips, it's like they're not gonna be that much more there.
How I don't have to take a leak, and I'm crushing beverages tonight, bro.
Yeah, I know. I see that, man.
I got 2 beers and I'm down. I'm cracking into my second boobly now.
Are you sure you haven't just wet yourself and not realized
I told you I was sliding off the seat earlier.
Desserts. Yeah, we were talking about desserts, and you do get kind of damp during those times. Yikes. Oh,
yeah, it's hard to try to support. Like it makes me want to move to like a small town where I can just walk up the road and be like, what's up, Martha? What fresh produce you got in here?
Yeah, right.
And then the Walmart comes in and kills everything.
Yeah. Like it's Godzilla. Yeah.
I mean, 100% accurate.
There is something very like romantic about that idea of living in one of those towns where you can walk everywhere. Like you said, you go up to the local produce and just see what's fresh today. And you know what? I'll have,
I mean, here's a for instance for you. Not that I would move there because it's like too far away from my work, honestly. But like Tecumseh, Michigan, I love it. It's a little town. It's got an art vibe. It's got public like sculptures everywhere that a local artist makes. The main strip of town has this great little like cheese and wine store. There's a brewery. There's a bunch of little restaurants and coffee shops. There's a good sized local grocery store. Yep. It's like a great little town.
Yeah.
You know? And there's no, you know, mega marts anywhere nearby. It's weird.
Right. See, the funny part is I have this feeling that on the flip side of the, you know, the Radio Shack's closing conversation we had, I feel like on paper it'd be awesome and romantic and all that kind of stuff. But I also feel like I would get to a position like that and be like, God, I wish there was a Target nearby, or, you know, fill in the blank store, you know, something. Like, damn it, they don't carry this. Yeah, and they don't carry it because they're small, you know. And you're like, damn it, why can't there be a Meijer or something nearby? You know what it reminds me of when we used to go to your mom's cottage, right? There was that little kind of store that was right there, but it's like if you wanted like a Walmart, it was what, an hour away,
like 20 minutes, but
20 minutes. Oh, I was thinking it was longer than that. Okay, so that's not too bad, but still, you know, not within.
Yeah, it's not the little Fremont grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the best meat counters I've ever been to. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right, though. And I think, like, because I can't tell you how many times I've been like, I got to go to Meijer's because I got to get, like, dog food, cabbage, a can of Pringles, some craft beer, and, like, specialty epoxy or something.
Right, you know? Exactly, yeah. Like, well, there's only like 2 stores I can go to for that. It's going to be, you know, Meijer or Walmart, basically. So,
well,
exactly.
Like, I've been, and I feel bad for her because she's got to sleep next to me. I've been snoring like a fucking savage, right?
Yeah.
Like I wake up and my nose and throat, my lips hurt from like a, you know?
Yeah.
And it's because we have the heat on. The house is so fucking dry. Right?
Sure.
So over the weekend, I was like, let's find a humidifier.
Right.
We went to Meijer to do grocery shopping, and they had like one model that was kind of expensive, and everything else was way expensive. Everything else was sold out.
Yeah. Right.
So then we
makes sense because time of year,
exactly. Everyone's doing the same thing we're doing. Oh, it's dry in the house.
Yeah.
You know. So then we went on our way back. Went to the Walmarts. Because I'm like, we're kind of going to drive by it. Let's just hit it and see what's up. Which, by the way, I had a, boy, am I an asshole moment, but not at the same time. Because, like, I'm trying, I hate Walmart. I don't know where anything is because I don't go there enough.
Yeah. Right.
And we're walking around. Michelle's feet are killing her because of her arthritis. And I'm like, I see a Walmart employee, like 2 Walmart employees talking to each other in an aisleway. And I walk up, and I'm like, you know, they're talking to each other, and I'm like, you know, excuse me, can you just help me find where the humidifiers are? And I'm like talking to the guy, and then the lady goes, oh, he don't work here. He was just wearing a Walmart blue coat, like the same color. He had a mask on, and and he was like an older black gentleman, and you know. And I felt like he gave me the look like, you think I work here? And I'm like, I felt like an asshole. And I went, I'm so sorry. The coat.
But yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, but bro, you're wearing, you know, you're wearing the Walmart colors in the Walmart.
I told him, I'm like, I just thought you guys were like talking about whatever product. I'm sorry. Yeah. And she's like, oh, they're whatever aisle, and we went to that aisle, and it was the pharmacy, nothing. And I was like, well. All they have here, like the Vic. I'm sorry, I pull up the app, or not the app, their website. You know, and I dial it into the store we were in, and it's like it says they have a ton of these things, and it ended up being a totally different aisle. But we found one, which is great.
That is something I will say about their app is phenomenal. About like it'll tell you in the store. It's not always accurate, but it's pretty good about telling you where
That was
in the store
I
something
thought that was
is.
great. When it told me the aisle, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's also cool because it's like a lot of stores now where you can actually just use the app and scan something if you need a price check, but it's also not accurate all the time. Because sometimes I've been in a store, scan something, and it'll say none available at your local store,
This
and
is
I'm
in
like,
my hand,
I'm
you son of
standing
a
here
bitch.
holding it. Yeah,
I get that means it's free, Brian.
yeah, I guess it's a good argument anyway.
Yeah, but let me tell you, since we got that Mister going,
Yeah,
Mister. I sleep like a baby again.
well, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like every day, I'm like, how'd you sleep? How did I keep you awake? Because like seriously, she's like, I can't eat. I don't even know how you don't wake up. She's like, I
Yeah.
can't even mimic the sounds that you make.
It's like picture a chainsaw that's got really rusty and it's the teeth on it aren't real sharp anymore and it gets hung up in a tree. That's what you sound like.
100% accurate. I guarantee it. Because I mean, I remember my dad.
Yeah.
But he used to wake
yeah.
himself
Yeah.
up. He was so loud.
Yeah. I wake myself. I actually last night I did it. You know what it is? I can't lay on my back.
Right.
I can lay on my sides, but I can't sleep on my back because if I do, I snore like crazy. And
That's what she tells me.
last
if I'm
night
on my back, it's horrible.
Yeah, I woke up and I'm just sprawled out like someone just like power slammed or your body
Like you
slammed
fell
me
off a
into the
chair.
bed. It basically, and I'm like, and I'm like, kind of, and I'm like, oh fuck, and of course my throat's just killing me. My nose is all messed. I'm like, man. So, yeah, and I'm like, yep, I definitely been snoring. So I, turn over on my side and try to I almost need something that keeps me like strapped a certain way that only lets me if I go to turn it turns me all the way to
it
the
just
other
beats
side.
you.
That way I can't stop. Yeah, I can't stop in the middle. Yeah, it just smothers me if I
just
stop
starts
in the
descending like, what are those Cali sticks or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. Just something to straighten me out.
Exactly.
I'll be all
Tune you
right.
up a little bit.
Oof, it's
That's
rough,
rough, buddy.
That's but well plus, we got last couple days we've had a little bit of weather systems and changes and stuff, and that always screws with my sinuses anyway. And then on top of it, if I'm laying on my back, forget it.
It's over.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
That's the only time from those that I've slept with. From what I'm told, those are the only times I really snore. Like if I'm on my side, I guess I don't really snore much.
Honestly, with me, it's if it starts getting dry, I get all fucked up.
Yeah, sure, makes sense. Mouth breathing like an animal.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of animals,
yeah, what you got?
Two things. One, I was waiting to see a picture from Black Friday that just made me sick to my stomach for humanity, and I saw like a short video of one. It was like I don't even know. It may not. Maybe it's not from this year. I don't know for sure, but it just showed these people, and there was something stacked up, and these people all like rush it, and there's like this little kid holding like this box, and an adult just reaches down and just snatches it right out of the kid's hands, and I don't know what it was, so I don't even know if
a
like
box of venomous things.
Yeah, I was like, man, I mean, I get it. Everybody wants a Turbo Man doll, but it's like, dude, that was on TV the other night. I had to stop watching it because great
Turbo
movie.
Man.
But by the way, that's on like every streaming service. It seems
Dude,
like too.
It's becoming a Christmas classic.
Finally, I've been saying for years, it's a great Christmas movie. People have been thinking I'm joking. I'm not. It'll be relevant for a long time as long as stores exist.
Yeah.
Because every year there's some hot toy people can't find, and they basically want to kill each other for it. And there's the movie. But yeah, I just was like, ugh. But then on top of this, it was like, did you see there were people waiting for hours trying to get Spider-Man No Way Home tickets?
No, I did not see that.
And not getting them because it was selling like everywhere. And I'm like, again, listen, I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt as we speak. No way in hell I'm going to wait in a fucking line for movies or tickets for that movie. I'll just wait a week or two or whatever before.
My thing.
Like I want to see it. It looks great, but
how many years have we spent not going to the theater now? It's going on like 2 years.
There's that too. Yeah, I'm very used to not going. That's my other. Now, I guess you could use that as the argument on the other side, which is because we haven't been able to really enjoy movies in the theater. But it's like, first of all, I don't want to go to a packed theater to see a movie for sure. No way in hell do I want to go to a packed theater. And the only way to avoid that's the same strategy I've employed for years, which is never go opening night weekend, night/weekend, I should say. Wait at least a week or longer to let it kind of cool down a little bit and then go see it, And, I'm not worried about if shit gets spoiled, it gets spoiled. I mean, I hate when things get spoiled, but it's like, whatever. If it happens, it happens.
It happens. Exactly.
I think, I don't know. I'm there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of potential in this one for a lot of spoilerable things as far as where they take timelines and stuff, because, I don't know if this directly leads into like, oh God, I can't think of his name, Doctor Strange, or what the goal of this one is, but I just can't get over that, man. There's somebody I follow on Twitter, and she works in a movie theater, and she was just like, "Would you people just please stay the fuck home so I can go home tonight?"
Yes.
People were lining up for tickets already and shit, and it was like, yeah, it's like, I get you want tickets, but hey, let these people go home.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but another hour of $8 an hour or whatever ain't worth it. They'd rather go home. It's like the ones that would always linger around at the video stores after close, and we're like, go. I just want to go home.
Most of the lights are off, you cocksucker.
It's like another $10 doesn't matter to me. I'd rather go home, or I'm hungry. I want to go eat and go home.
I'm to death with my shoe.
Yeah, or your shoe, whichever.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. I always prefer beating someone with their own shoe. It just feels like it's more of an insult.
That's fair.
And I don't sully my own shoes up.
Also
with that,
true.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to keep them on just in case they want to taste laces.
That's right. Yeah. What am I going to do? Stomp on them with my stocking foot? I mean, come on. Jeez. What? All right. So, you know how it was recently announced that the U.S. is tapping into its own oil reserves to try to help with gas prices and whatnot, right? So did you see Canada is also tapping into their massive supplies to help out? They're tapping into maple syrup.
About damn time.
Supplies. Yeah, to make sure that they announced they're releasing about 50 million pounds of its strategic maple syrup reserves, about half the total stockpile.
I want a strategic maple syrup reserve shirt.
Yeah, that'd be all right. I'd be down for that. Apparently, Quebec produces nearly 70% of the world's maple syrup, which, of course, the U.S. is its biggest client, because, I mean, you're just drinking it straight out of the bottle. Delicious.
Wow, strategic maple syrup reserves. How fun is that? I didn't know that was a thing.
That's pretty. I didn't either, but man, I mean, I'm glad because the last damn thing we need in this world, the way it is right now, is a.
I'm almost out of maple syrup. I made a Dutch baby over the weekend.
Oh, I saw that. It looked tasty.
Delicious mint, but I'm almost out of maple syrup, my guy.
I don't honestly think of it. I don't think I've ever had a Dutch baby. I know what it is. I just don't think I've ever.
It's the easiest thing to make.
It looks pretty simple. I will definitely say that.
Like I have a NutriBullet, and you throw all the ingredients in the NutriBullet, and you blitz it while you got a pan getting hot in the oven with butter in it. Right. Once the butter's melted, you dump all that in the pan, and you're done.
Iron. Cast iron, right?
I just like doing my cast iron. Gets cast iron. Yeah, you just dump it into the pan, you let it bake for like 20 minutes, and that's it.
That's how I make everything.
Fucking so easy to make, and it's tasty, and it looks impressive as hell. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It looked like you could have just curled up on it and taken a nap.
I almost did.
I mean, you'd be too aroused to, I'm sure, but it's.
Couldn't
but otherwise,
on belly, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm glad they're tapping in because I need to buy some more. Thanks, Canada. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah. See, good guy Canada
good
coming
guy
through.
Canada.
I'm sorry, good gi,
Now
Canada.
keep your fucking moos and hooves out of it.
Did you catch what I did there?
That.
Gi. I have one last thing.
What you got?
Which is, you and I always stayed away from the, like, who'd win in a race, Superman or the Flash, right? But did you see that people actually, like, scientists actually commented on how Thanos wouldn't have been able to snap in the Avengers movie?
Really?
Because he had a glove on. And they said with that glove, he wouldn't be able to snap. Now, here's what I think is funny. They're like, it's not realistic. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that a Titan from some other planet comes to Earth, and the part you have the issue with is he's wearing a glove and can't snap with it.
I mean,
I feel like if you suspend disbelief...
Are they saying he can't snap as in, like, he couldn't get, like, the little, like, noise?
Like his fingies wouldn't be able to do it.
Who cares? Yeah. It's not the fingies that are, it's the Infinity Gems.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, is he's wearing the Infinity Gems, which allow you to do anything you want. He has all of them.
Yeah.
So
if the Infinity Gems say you can snap, you can snap.
He can snap. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But I just love the fact that I always love that when people get into, and I've done it too. Like, we've pointed it out of our own. Yeah, where we'll be like, I don't know, I had an issue with it. It's like, I understand aliens came to Earth from dirt to dirt, but I had a real issue with, the color of this guy's boots. But, it just makes me laugh how that was the part they have the issue with. They don't go, well, no one actually is going to come from nowhere. So
would Tony Stark be able to snap then too, or no?
Well, I would say no, because he was also wearing a glove. Well, yeah, he had a full glove on. I was trying to think if it was a full glove or not.
Why are they picking on Thanos? It's because he's purple and he's got weird lines on his face.
It's because he's an alien. They don't like aliens.
No wonder he wants to snap people away. Goddamn scientists are picking on him all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's, I understand what they're saying is that literally the sound of snapping comes from the softness of her fingers. Like it says here, it's, if I snap my fingers, the sound is originating when your finger actually slams into the fleshy part of your thumb on your hand.
So it'd be like clang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say this is actually the part of this that is neat is I do like when scientists are like, hey, let's see if we can recreate some shit from a comic book movie, right? So this guy and his team wanted to know more about the physics involved, so they put sensors on their fingers and then snapped with rubber gloves on with lotion on and the metal thimbles on their fingies, sorry. As they tested the different variables, they filmed high-speed video. And after analyzing the footage, they determined that skin-to-skin friction, along with the compressibility of our fingies, is key to generating the motion, which means it won't work in a metal glove. And they also found that the whimsical ability of snapping is really, really fast. Wow, that is fast. Hold on. The angular accelerations of snapping are about 1.6 million degrees per second squared. That's 20 times faster than the blink of an eye.
I mean,
that's pretty fast.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything here,
but I was.
Isn't there diseases you guys can be curing?
No, Tony. Well, listen, if they're saying that Thanos couldn't have snapped with his fingies, that would have saved half the population of the planet. Luckily, Tony Stark snapped his fingies and brought him
human
back.
Fingies, his earthling
his
fingies.
Human fingies. Right.
Not his
apparently
dirty purple Titan fingies.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I do enjoy stuff like this, but at the same time, I am always like, isn't there something better you guys could be doing right now?
Oh, there's not. No. Well, I mean, you think about like, theoretical physicists and stuff. It's like some of the shit that they talk about is like way, way out there kind of shit, because that's what theoretical physicists tend to do. Not all of them, but, there is obviously a wing of that profession that they're out there trying to figure out shit that, like how Thanos can snap.
Thanos can snap.
Next thing you know, they'll figure it out and fucking Thanos will actually snap. Watch.
Then it's over, Johnny.
It'll actually happen. Not just in the movies, on the pictures, the talkies, if you will.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I love a good talkie.
Yep. So there you go, folks.
All right.
Sorry, Thanos. If you want to snap with a glove on, you got to cut the fingertips out. Apparently,
Big J Okerson gloves.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's the only way. Otherwise, you're terrible snapping right out.
Fair enough.
So now, forever and ever, if you watch those Avengers movies when there's snapping going on, you can be like, well, actually,
just to let everybody know. Yeah,
that couldn't happen.
All right, bud. All right, there, bud.
Like, you do know he's completely computer generated, right? Like, there's no guy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, maybe there. I mean, Josh Brolin might have acted out the role,
Still.
But yeah. But you do know that's an actor, right? This is a movie. This isn't a documentary.
Oh, man. I'll say, Brian. I'll say.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what I got for the week. You got anything else?
No, I tapped out pretty early on my stuff, honestly.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right. I guess actually, we'll see real quick here. Nope. Okay. I put out a thing asking for people to give us questions or topics and got no response. So
bastards. I really feel like the internet is running slow over here for some reason. Something seems afoot.
Let's hope. All right. Well, let's do QoftheW then, I guess.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
Get the right screen here. Let's see here. Last week, boom, we asked you guys.
Boom hour.
What your ideal Reese's Big Cup would be. I got 2 comments here on the face page. We got Diamond Top Fan, Devin. Says, I want it like a gusher, but instead of syrup, it's bourbon.
So still the chocolate and the peanut butter, but put some bourbon in there when you bite into it.
It might work better if get Screwball peanut butter whiskey or something.
Maybe.
But, I mean,
I don't know.
I'm down.
Yeah. I'm not mad at the idea, at least.
Right.
Be kind of fun dessert / booze.
For sure, right?
Here's your boozy cup,
Reese's boozy cups.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3. You bite and do the shot at the same time, basically. Yep.
Kiki, she says, just as it is. It is perfect. No pretzel, no Reese's Pieces, ... Maybe make it THC infused.
That's fair. I'm sure those exist. Yeah. Maybe not Reese's brand, of course, but yeah, I'm sure somebody's, because there's all sorts of candy.
Like Reyes brand or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need to make that pie with it.
And then I'm gonna flip it on over here to the Instagram, Brian. And we got the Disco Daddy down under, Angry Oz. He says a Reese's lemon meringue cup. I don't know if
he's just meaning probably with like a marshmallow and lemon.
I would sure hope it's not the chocolate peanut butter situation, but I don't know. I can't imagine chocolate peanut butter and lemon and meringue.
I'm not gonna lie though, I wouldn't be mad if you handed me like a lemon cup with like a marshmallow topping. Probably. Right.
Could also
wouldn't be mad
unholy.
at that. It could be, but I'd also might be okay with that.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, that's what I got over here there, my friend.
Over on Twitter, I got one from our pal Garrett, and he says put a pretzel chip in the middle of it. Give me that crunchy, salty. I like the idea of the pretzel chip instead of pieces of pretzel. Because I actually I've had the ones with pretzel pieces in it, and I'm kind of like, there's not much pretzel in here. I agree. Because they're not. I mean, unless you do it in the big cups, you have a little more room to play around. But in the regular size cups, there's not much room. Because every bit of whatever else you put in there, you're sacrificing peanut butter.
Right.
And you certainly don't want to cut way back on that.
God, no.
because that's what got you to the party. So yeah. All right. And of course, I have one from our pal Cheeto Bandito, who says, after giving this a fair amount of thought and eliminating options that have been done or mentioned on the last episode, at least I don't think it was mentioned. I listened on episode drop day, obviously. Inserts 5-star ball wash here.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to suggest candied bacon.
Ooh.
It's like, I don't know. Chocolate and bacon is good, so maybe.
I mean, I'm not mad at that idea.
I'm not either. He says, Hobie pick, maybe a little bit of dry chili powder. Not chunky or anything, but more like the powder blended in with the chocolate, like a big spicy cup. I've snacked on Takis or Takis, however those are said, I don't know, alongside a PB sandwich and dug it. What do you boys think? Spicy cup and a beer sound good? Or maybe crispy, sweet, salty bacon?
I mean, I would be down for both.
That's what I was going to say. I would certainly try either and both. Yeah. Again, it wouldn't shock me if there is a heat, like peanut butter cup out there. But again, it won't be Reese's. It would be, John's Hot Cups or something like that.
Exactly.
I don't know why I went with John there.
Good old John's Hot Cups.
John's Hot Cups. No, his name is John Hot Cups.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
No, I like. I really like the idea of, the candied bacon. I think that's a great idea.
That could be interesting too. Yeah. Read. Because I was actually thinking of Buckeyes with a little bacon crumble on top of it. So same kind of idea, a little different presentation, but same idea. But yeah, all right, that's what I got for our answers there. And unless you have a QoftheW idea,
I do not have one this week, my friend.
Fine. All right, 1 through 11.
Let's go 5.
5? Okay. What do you think would be the most embarrassing way to die?
Well, I mean, probably the old Carradine, right? The old jacking while you're hanging yourself, or that seems pretty rough.
Rope around your neck and dick
right?
out. Yeah, that seems pretty rough way to go.
Most embarrassing?
I don't know. Falling off a chair through.
That's true. It's got to be something goofy, like getting mauled to death by a kitten or something.
Yeah, exactly. Something that is completely non-threatening, essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wait, what? He died from a kitten attack?
All right, so I got it. The most embarrassing way to die that I can think of, because I love breakfast, right, Brian? Is if you go out to breakfast and you're like, I got to get me some of this toast, and it's just a little too dry, and you just choke to death on it. Because they couldn't be bothered to put enough butter on it.
I was thinking that you were going to go with something like some breakfast food that you're, really big on or something like that.
I mean, I'm big on all breakfast foods, to be fair.
Choking on a piece of, sausage and sausage gravy or something like that. Or pancake that's too dry. And that's what chokes you to death,
I'll do it.
That'd be embarrassing, though, for sure.
Pan.
Yep. I mean, the top contenders have got to be, pulling the old Elvis.
Yeah, definitely.
Like on the turlet. Man, I don't know. That's a good question. That seems too easy, though, because, Elvis already did it anyway. So, I don't know. It's like, like you're doing some, I don't know, like you're doing some like you're at the gym or something like that, and you're doing that exercise now that everyone's doing where you're like doing like the hip thrusts,
Oh, yeah.
And people realize you got let's get physical on your phone playing or something like that. Like you're just like, what the hell? Or they realize. Yeah, I really think you nailed it with the first one though. Is like if it's in some way like some sort of sex act, especially an embarrassing sex act or something, or like you're role playing with the lady, and she wants you to pretend like you're a robber, and you get shot by a neighbor or something like that.
Get your dick caught in a glory hole and you starve to death.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be a terrible way to go. Like you just picture your family, and they're like, what do we even write for the obituary? Like what do we even do here?
Yeah, he died peacefully in his sleep.
Yeah, can we just skip it? Like, let's just pretend it. Yeah. Or, something in your own bed. Like you just, I don't know, like you're drinking, like a gallon of chocolate milk or something. You just choke to death in your bed while you're watching, like hentai or something like that. Hentai.
Of course. The most vilest of hentai.
Right. But drinking like chocolate milk and you die choking on chocolate milk or something. Also with your dick out,
Also with your dick out. Basically any death / with your dick out.
Crossing the street, get hit by a car with your dick out.
With your dick out.
Yeah. That's the new in bed, like for fortune cookies. Yeah, with your dick out.
Hold on. We gotta go to a fortune cookie website.
Well, you see made?
As someone who just got Chinese food not that long ago, I think it's called secondfortune.com.
Boy.
Hold on here.
If this was planned, I have fortune cookies in the other room. So
that would have been even. Well, I mean,
I could crack one open and we could do it. Oh man,
there's. Come on, all right, finally loaded.
All right.
Ooh, I don't want to scroll down too far because it's right there. So we're going to pull that up. What is your second fortune? Your fortune today is. You'll be pleasantly surprised soon with your dick out. I mean, that's a good fortune.
That sounds all right. Yeah.
I'm all right with that one.
I feel like this might be how we should end the show going forward.
Thank you, secondfortune.com.
This can be our like moment of zen.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I actually think this is a great way to end the show. So my answer is just going to straight be with your dick out. That's fair. The worst. That's the most weird. Well, I guess it wouldn't be. I mean, if you're, having the sex,
you're getting pleasantly surprised soon.
Yeah, it might be okay. But
might be okay.
I feel like there's more opportunity for it to go bad than good.
Right.
If your dick's out. If your
dick's out.
Mm. So, yeah. Getting mauled by a kitten with your dick out.
That just seems weird, but yes.
Pretty embarrassing because people will be like, why was his dick out around his kitten?
Yeah.
What was the kitten?
Did he have milk on it? What's going on?
Yeah, was the kitten
what
playing
weird
with
shit
it?
Is he into?
Yeah, the kitten was playing with it and cut a big artery or something. Like what's like? Did he just bleed out? What the?
I'll bleed it out. I'm sorry.
Nice. All right. So there you go. So the question again for the week is I don't remember, so I have to pull it back up. What would be
embarrassing way to die?
Embarrassing way to die, yeah. So send us all your answers. Do it.
Yes.
Yeah, or don't, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our show. So head on over to saltylanguage.com. Click on all the links. Check out the old episodes. Check out the enthusiast episodes, which we really should try to do some more because
we should probably step it up a little bit. Again.
Been a minute since we've done one of those.
It has been a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, check that out. Go check out our pals over on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks who are back to podcasting, according to Neil. So it's not just a 1 or 2 episode mini series. Apparently they've got a full series planned. So
nice.
And in case you didn't know, Annalise used to work in a comic shop. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah. Anyway,
Daft Pod enthusiast of like from 6 years ago or something.
That was so much fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. So anyways, check that stuff out. You can, on our website, you'll find the link to the network that we're part of. Tangentbound Entertainment. Nope. Tangentbound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com.
You do that every week.
I'm pretty close. You'd think by now I'd just block out the sound drop and just say it in my head, like until it's done, and then just say, nah.
Nah, it's too easy.
I'll fix it in post. It'll sound great.
Exactly.
So yeah. So please go check out the shows over there. And if you're looking to start a show, talk to them about that. And if you talk to Mark, of course, tell him Tony misses him.
Miss him so much.
Just want to nuzzle his neck, give him some butterfly kisses.
Exactly. Is that so wrong?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's quite nice. Very, very sensual.
Quite nice.
Nice. Oh man, I forgot what the hell I was saying. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find the show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me on Instagram at the Monotony. I don't know, whatever. And if you want to watch the show, go to Salty Language Pod on YouTube, where you can see the links, see our dumb faces, see me drinking too many beverages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Check out the Seltzy Language over there.
Yeah, exactly. Check out the Seltzy Language, exactly, where we smashed into the Bud Light Ugly Sweater pack.
Yeah.
For some reason, because we hate ourselves. And, of course, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Right.
And I just finished editing. I got to put the finishing touches on another Salty Language gaming video, or whatever the fuck we're going to call that little avenue. But
right.
Yeah.
This the one
that'll be hopefully coming up tomorrow, maybe, if I can finish it.
This the one with your dick out?
Duh.
I figured you'd say that for the season finale.
That's how I exclusively play VR.
I mean, it's the way they used to do it back in Athens when they first were VR. Yeah. Just totally nude.
Totally nude.
Yikes. Boy, can you imagine if somebody was playing totally nude VR in your living room? You'd just be like, I'm going to go in the other room because
you just walking around, come around the corner, like they don't even know you're there.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to get hit with any of this.
Any of this, exactly.
And you're doing the whole, like, any of this thing. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but we're good.
Yeah, I'm going to go over here. You know what? In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and leave. It's your own house. Like, yeah, I don't think it is anymore. You go outside and you just, like, set the house on fire.
Yeah, right.
Oops. Oh, man. All right. Is that all the socials? I think it is, right?
Yeah, I think we're covered.
All right. So I guess until next week, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Stay super salty, everybody.
Oh, super salty, huh?
Super salty.
All right. And yeah, what did you say the thing was? Like, have a good things are coming your way.
You'll be pleasantly surprised soon.
With your dick out. Or if you're so inclined, with your clam out, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.